Clive.
Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
I have wronged so many. Ruined thousands of lives. I did not deserve to be saved. But save me, you and your brother did. Your uncle, too, forgave me my sins. Offered me a chance at redemption. Yours is a fine family, Ifrit. Cherish it. I have wronged so many.
There's something about it.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Still, something tells me that I saw on the horizon is your doing.
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell.
Right.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well...
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archae above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in. And I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset. Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are. And what of my wings?
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their Eikons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. There's no turning back. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
My Lord Marquis, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there.
It's true.
I have many. When I was a child, I went to sea on Hannah.
Oscar.
But my training...
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. Rebuild her.
Thank you.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without we must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two. The realm's armies, as you've seen firsthand. It's every certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of... And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that, in short, if Storm...
But how would one eat...
The armies, my boy. As I told you already. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen.
I thought he was...
He was. Until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most, and as luck would have it, I've already...
Of course you...
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. Havel has always been a man of... I extolled your many virtues as best... You don't mind.
Of course, as long as chaos reigns, and if the Field Marshal wishes...
That's...
I'll leave for Would you send us...
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital.
Excellent.
No.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story. What is it this time, Torgal?
Say what you will.
Lady Karen has seen our
Pining for something, boy. What is it? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young... Doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Torn away from his Eikons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you?
Not nearly as much as...
Aye, good thing and all.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest.
Where to, then?
What do you think happened to...
Sid!
With what?
No!
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting very...
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a...
in the cloud.
That's what I
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long...
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? Oh, don't listen to her.
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together?
Why don't I go and see?
You do. She's in her...
Don't scare.
Thanks for the...
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a...
Of course.
It is an honor to... My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now. I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No. The land... I will not send good men and women to risk... Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn back. We were tortured until we feared no pain, and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many, but they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision.
You were a good friend, but the fact remains...
Sid.
Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Bad Bak. I won't let you... You can start by telling...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May them...
Clive.
Joshua.
I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will. Or
His will?
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover, and in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's...
Very well.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were...
How did she come?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them. When Ether started lapping at the...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Walud, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that...
I'm making an exception. We stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times.
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another of my former master thought of him.
He must be very...
He was.
Then we find...
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of... We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Doris.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting?
We're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere close. Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find the...
Thank you, but...
Please. You have... It's only right...
You are... Alas, I spoke with Hippocrates.
If you say so.
Forgive... But this book... It said... There's something about it.
Hippocrates. I've been charged with locating a book.
Then you seek one whose name I...
Right is all, but she didn't seem keen.
And yet Clive, I fear she asks the impossible.
The executive.
Coveters of a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden one such text, being the tome Vivian seeks. A tale which could overturn the established, or so rumor has it.
How is it that I haven't...
Why? They lurk in the shadows, emerging...
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched
by the hand.
But what drives...
Fine quest. Sadly, you may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers...
Then my hunt was... What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air. Rumors of the executor, but rather less... Alas... But, though, if you...
Very well. I'll be sure to... All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit... Do you have a better hit? Unless... Why don't we try... To port his fingers crossed. It's still here. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without... I doubt that boat will hold.
If you're sure, hop in, boy. place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right, or... I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return...
Your care? Do you mean to burn it?
That is not but by one means or another. It's
Then I'll have to... I won't let you erase.
Then we find out... Very well. The book can just as easily be...
Let's see.
Impressive. But we have other...
Why do you want
it? It lays out in no uncertain... It tells the shameful history. Would you say that this...
I don't know.
You don't... Your sword may... So let me... There is no... That a series of events took place, maybe... It is a question. If enough people believe...
So you're trying to...
We are trying from knowledge. That is all. You may keep the world is... Until then...
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian.
Have care.
That'll do, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry's still here. Conditioning. Disposed of. I wasn't exaggerating. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden. This must be... So many in this place. But where is the... It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Wake and win!
I'm done. Vivian, I found it.
You... Even though I asked this of you, I was not in... I feared the executors had...
I met with one of these and I convinced... He told me something, that the truth is just... And that if enough people...
It does, but it also means that the truth is not, provided that those... Has the sad history...
You said that the book...
It did. She was a heretic. A gallows stood and by shunning society, or... I, too, have always... She taught me that my... And that, though my...
Do you still feel...
Honestly? Perhaps the result of studying... But the more I study... So if you'll permit me, remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted...
I'll try.
I hear. Did you buy?
I did.
If the director was...
The registry, there was no sign of a body.
I pray all their name, my friend. I can still... Children who would... Oh,
they'd be happy to know.
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. All and in the name.
Neither will I.
These records.
To the sky.
To the sky? You aren't trying to get...
What else would...
The children seem to think you're avoiding. Is this really so important?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so... I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen have... But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First...
And is that a...
Are you volunteering? But first I'll need oil. Then I'll need some boat.
If it's beast...
No, that...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
All right, Sid.
Only if you... Mid needs a piece of line.
Most bones are if it's durability.
I do. Well, any old...
Well, with shells, the older the harder. But don't expect to make quick...
I'll keep at him. As you... Lawsman Harpocrates. I received your note.
Ah, yes. Then I should begin. This was some years ago. At that time,
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Your Highness.